Hi, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk once again about your marketing message. Okay, so today I want to follow on from what we talked about 2 days ago, which was the marketing message. I thought about it afterwards and it kind of sounded like I think I always say the right thing. Like I don't ever make any mistakes in this area. So this is when we talked about you don't just say download my app and put a link, or you craft your message to the user themselves. And I just wanted to kind of just sort of say straight out that I get this wrong a lot of the time, right? So I'm going to tell you some of the ways that I've spoken with clients or with customers, or in business situations where things just did not fly well, and then maybe you can, and I learned from these things, but maybe you can learn from these as well, right? So here's some examples of some of the wrong things to say that I've said in the past. So a couple months ago, I went to go meet with a client out in Whitney, which is about an hour away from here, and I went into this company and I met with a few people, and towards the beginning of the meeting, or they said, well, we've been looking around for an app developer, and I asked a friend of mine who owns a web design company, and she said that Overpass is the best, and I should go with Overpass. So that's good. So what I should have said was, that's very interesting. That's great to hear. But what I actually said was, really? Who said that? I don't know who that is. I wonder why they said that. Never heard of them. I never worked with them. I don't know why they would say that. And it was like completely wrong. I completely ruined the moment, right? It was like a perfect, like the kind of thing that business people always think, that word of mouth thing. So, it was like handed to me like, hey, you had an endorsement from somebody you don't even know. And I just went, really? And I completely stepped all over it. So if that ever happens again, I'm gonna know, just be cool, act like this kind of thing happens all the time, right? Another time I was talking to, a few years ago we worked on a client project, which took a little bit longer than it should have. Actually, it took a lot longer than it should have. But so they'd been using it for a year. Just before Christmas, I ran into one of the people who work at that company, and he was saying, hey, good to see you again and everything. And he said, the app is working really well. We have no problems with it, and we're actually really happy with it. What I should have said was, oh, that's fantastic, great. If you ever need any enhancements, give me a call. What I actually said was, really? You haven't had any problems with it? Whew, that's a relief, right? Which has completely ruined the vibe. It ruined the level of confidence they had in me. It was almost like I wish I could have just walked back a few minutes, even said, well, Eric, you don't sound too confident about the app. And it was like, so now every time they use it, they're going to think, is there anything wrong with this thing? Which there isn't, but my mentality is I was there through all the bits of development. Like I remember when you click on certain things and everything crashed. So that was my way of thinking about it. Of course, they've only seen the final finished product, so where everything's working. So anyway, that was a bad thing. Back when I was like a full-time employee, like 14 years ago, I set up my consultancy website, so my ruli.co.uk website, and it was like everybody's first website. It was really bad, but it was like web design company, Ruli Information Systems, and all this kind of stuff. And the hosting company, because they were kind of a new company too, the head of this hosting company contacted me and said, Eric, we saw your website hosted on one of our servers. We have a lot of clients that are looking for web development, and we were wondering if your web development company and our company could work together in a partnership. And the way I should have responded should have been, yes, that would be very good. There's a lot of opportunities there, and I think the market is right for the both of us to work together. That's what I should have said, very low key. I actually responded like this. Wow, that would be fantastic. I've actually never done any work like this before, so this will be a really great opportunity. Whoa, this is really exciting. Thank you so much for this opportunity, right? And of course, I never heard back from them, right? It was like, and I followed up a few times. It was really sad. It was very naive, because you think about it, if you go to see like a doctor or something and you have like broken arm, and the doctor says, wow, I've never worked on a broken arm before. Ooh, boy, this is going to be great. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Then you'd probably go see somewhere else. There's one of the things that I'm always conscious of when working with clients is that not to ruin the relationship or to ruin the level of confidence that they have in you. And so like, I don't know if you've ever worked with a developer before who they've done something or they've said something that just sort of, your confidence in them kind of took a ding. So, or, you know, it just sort of kind of gone off the rails. So like, you know, they say something like, oh, I accidentally deleted such and such. You know, it's just like, really, you know, are we even going to finish this project? I can, you know, it's like working with Keystone Cops. And that's one of the things that you can't let your clients really know about. Even if things are going terribly wrong, even if you have a developer who tells you one day, hey Eric, I accidentally deleted all the code from yesterday and I didn't back it up and I didn't put it into Git, and you know, boy, that was, I don't know, I just hit delete and blah, 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 right? If something like that happens, like that's something you don't tell the client. And you know, this is something that you have to, this is where you say, yeah, we just had a bit of technical difficulties yesterday, so we're going to be a day late on the project or whatever. And if they really want to know the details, then you only go so far, but the main thing you have to protect is their level of confidence in you. Because there's going to be these bonehead mistakes that get made. There's going to be times where a server goes down because your credit card failed and the hosting company failed, or something that was preventable, but it's just a bonehead mistake. And it's kind of thing that the most important thing to that the client needs to know is, I'm, you know, sorry about those problems. We're on top of it. It's not going to happen again, and all that kind of stuff. You know, when I know developers who would tell their clients too much. They'll say like, oh, it stopped working because this variable should have had this value, but instead it had this value. So I don't know what's going on here, right? Which doesn't help the situation at all. The client doesn't know what they're talking about, you know, anything like that. You have to address the client based on their level of technical knowledge and also on what they need to know. It's your responsibility as a developer to make sure everything runs smoothly. It's their responsibility to make sure that everything, you know, they just want to make sure that everything gets done and that things are in capable hands. And sometimes, I'm not saying you have to lie, I mean, you don't lie, but you just want to make sure that your marketing message to them or your communications with clients or with prospects or whoever is kind of, you know, you have to put yourself in their position and think about how they would want to hear these things. And, you know, and you're going to say things wrong. And fortunately, unlike when you say the wrong thing to your, you know, co-workers or spouse or kids, you know, there's plenty more clients, there's plenty more prospects. You don't have to walk back from that, you know, and these kind of things happen all the time. So anyway, today, if you guys have any kind of similar situations where you think, dude, I just said the wrong thing, or this didn't go over too well, or I don't know what I was thinking, put it in the comments. You know, let's just, you know, it's a funny industry that we all kind of have this, we have this public facing part and then we have this private facing part. We have this private facing part where, you know, some areas of the code we're really confident in, we know exactly how this works, but there's a few other places where you're thinking, I don't know why that's not working. Everything should be working, but it's not. And it's, you know, and it's just, sometimes it's just a very messy process. So anyway, that's it for today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.